Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Stephen A. Williams. I'm going to give you a little tour of my office. In today's video, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about your feelings, that you have trust issues with people when you talk to them about growing your business. But I'm going to prove to you that you really don't have a problem of trust in people. You have a problem of trusting yourself. And if you don't get over this, you're gonna lose a lot of time in your life. And I'm not saying that you have to just trust everybody, just like, I'm going to show you a way that you can find out if the person can help you or not. That's what it really comes down to. But here's the problem, is that you're not allowing yourself to get any help from people because you don't trust yourself. So this is my boardroom. This is where I'm going to start inviting people in to do sessions. I'm going to do probably 10 people at a time. We got a real estate one coming up soon. This used to be a bank, and there's my office over there in the corner. In my wife's office right here. Now, if you ever came into a bank, this used to be a U.S. bank. No, Bank of America. This used to be a Bank of America, and we tore out all of the teller booths and everything and just made it to the office. That used to be the president of the bank's office, so that's my office. And I usually do my whiteboard presentations in the conference room, but the sun comes through if I start too late. And I want to show you one other thing. Now, what I did is I had this vision that I just wanted all of my staff to have just desks, like just this open bay area. And we also have an open bay down below in the basement area. It's all done it's like offices. And then here's a neat thing, is that they left the safe. So I actually have 3 safes in this office. I got my combination everything. I could put anything in there and it will be protected. It's not going anywhere. And there go the rooms where they would bring people in to do their safe deposit boxes and everything. When my grandkids come, we'll have a little fun playing with the machine to put the money in from outside, have it come in. All of that stuff is still working here. All of that stuff is still working. And the crazy thing is that when I look at how this office is set up, it was exactly how I envisioned it in my mind. It was like I wanted to have an open bay. I wanted to have the computers at all of the desks. I wanted to have a nice conference room. I wanted to have a big office for myself, and I wanted to have the TV screens at the top. I have that. I envision that. And so what you envision, you can get. But if you're not getting what you envision, that means you have a trust issue. And you might be thinking that you have a trust issue with people. You really have a trust issue with yourself. Now, let me kind of explain it. Let me explain it in detail. And just in case some of you don't know, I'm also a certified hypnotherapist. And one of the things that we learned, among a whole bunch of other things on how the human mind works, is that the human mind is one of the most incredible, I don't want to say it's not a machine, but if you were to relate it to a machine, it would be the world's greatest universal machine. Like, it could do anything that it thinks about. Everything starts in the human mind. But it also is very lazy. And so if you've experienced something in the past, because it could be lazy, and it's not lazy because it wants to be lazy, it's lazy because you've given that signal to it over and over and over and over and over again. So think about it this way. If you have trust issues with people, you think that you have trust issues with the people. What you have an issue with is trusting yourself. You have a problem trusting yourself, because when you get into situations, you allow people to take advantage of you the same way. So what happens is that you have this feeling come about, And whenever you get into a similar situation, that feeling comes about, and then the trust issue comes about. It can happen in relationships when you're dealing with other people that didn't even know you, and you met this person. It seems like all you did is just change the person, like change the face, but it's the same. You're experiencing the same thing with that individual that you experienced with an individual in the past. Same thing happens with business. A lot of people will say, you know, I want to expand my business. I want to grow my business. I want to do these things for my business. They try some things, and then all of a sudden, those things didn't work, and they carry that same mentality over when they deal with other people. And when they listen to what other people are trying to tell them, hey, you can grow your business this way, basically what it comes down to is they just don't trust people. It might sound the same, it might sound similar, but it really comes down to they don't trust themselves. And if you want to break down trusting themselves, they don't want to go through that feeling again. So this is this is something that I did. I did this to show you that I really try to go over and above. Is what I did is, instead of having I put an ad out on Facebook, and I just wanted to talk to business owners about generating more leads and sales. Really, if I got sales from it, that would be fine. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to talk to people so I could get the feeling of what business people are going through. Because if you have one side of you that is saying, I need this, and then you have another side of you that pulls you back because of the feeling of what you've experienced in the past, it's going to be hard for you to move forward, because your body is being pulled this way, your body is being pulled that way, or your thoughts are being pulled this way, thoughts are being pulled that way, and this is what's actually going on. So here you are now. Let's just say you saw an ad about how to generate more leads and sales. So you saw that, and you instantly had a picture in your mind. If I could generate more leads and sales, boy, my business would blow up. I could, like, everything, instant picture. Like, you see an ad that for something that you know you need, in an instant, pictures come in your mind saying that if I get that, all of this stuff, you may not even realize it, but when you see something like that and you're a business owner, all of the stuff that you have problems with, money, where you live, lifestyle, vacation, family, money in the bank, all of that, it flashes through your mind in an instant. So you see an ad that might say how to generate more leads for your business, and then you instantly go to the future. Some people, depending on the level of pain that you've experienced in the past, will instantly go to the past and stop them from moving forward. So they will go here automatically. So you see opportunity. You see the opportunity, instantly go to the past, and the feelings come out. Most business owners, now these are people that are like, I would say, borderline depression, because they would feel that everything that they've tried to do and everything that they might try to do in the future is going to fail. And I have spoken to people who have that feeling. I spoke to a furniture store owner here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this individual is in a depressed state. He is actually flipped over to where he believes the whole city, people, everybody is against him. So if anyone new walks into his store, he's exuding that feeling on the people. He doesn't even know that he's doing it. When he talked to me, I was like, I'm not even trying to do business with you. I'm just a friend of yours, and that you just asked to want to have a conversation with, and that's what's coming out from you. So he's even in the state of mind is he knows he needs to get more business, or he's going to be out of business. He sees that instantly in the future of that he gets that picture. If I can solve all of these problems, I'm going to be okay. But then he is so deep into his feelings that he will not even reach out to do anything. He won't even really look at anything, or if he does look at something different, he instantly makes the determination that it's not going to work. That it's not going to work. Most people are in the state of mind of where they will reach out, they will go and have the feelings, but they will still come back and say, I want to at least see. I want to at least see what's being offered. But here's the thing. And this is where I'm going to talk about what happened when I talked to those business owners. This is what they said. So they know they need more business. They need more leads. You know, they need more people to come into their store, website, all of that stuff. So as soon as they see the ad, they saw the future instantly. Went back, had the feelings. I'm going to tell you why I know they had the feelings, because I got the list of the things that they said to me. I talked to these people personally. I didn't even have anyone call them. I said, I'm going to do it. My sales staff was like, are you crazy? Why do you want to do that? We could do that. We can make these sales. I'm like, I'm doing this for an experiment. So the people had the feeling. I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you that they had the feeling. And then they said, I'll at least see. So they ran that through their mind. They're open. And like I said earlier, if your mind it's like you're split in two. You know you want this, but you have the feeling side pulling you back, because the feeling side is saying you done got ripped off in the past. Well, here, let me just tell you what the people said that I talked to. And this is like 99% of them. 1% did not have this mindset. 1%. Out of all of the people that I talked to, only 1% didn't have this mindset. So please pay attention, because be honest with yourself. I'm not in the room with you, so you can nod your head if you have this feeling, and you can be real with yourself. Don't worry about that self side of you that is very positive. That person will still be there, but now we're talking to the negative side of you. So 99% of the people said, I can't do it. Like they just basically straight from the get-go felt that what I was explaining to them, that they couldn't do it. But wait, I'm gonna get to something that's gonna let you see why they are pulling themselves in two directions. They also stated that they didn't have the money. Okay, they didn't have the money. That's a legitimate statement. But just wait, I'm going to get to something that's going to tell you something about them saying that they don't have the money, that it's more towards a feeling. The next thing is that they got ripped off before in the past. That is a legitimate feeling. But remember what I said. You are bringing your feelings of what happened with someone else, another experience, onto something that's going to be happening with someone else. I'm going to talk to you about how to figure that out. I think that's one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have, is they don't even know how to figure out if something is going to work for them. Like they don't run it through logically. They just run it through with the feelings. Next thing is, I don't know if it will work. Now, there is nothing in life, even our lives of growing up to be adults, to be old age, is not 100% guaranteed. So if you can go through life and you stay in your house and you watch and look both ways when you go into traffic, you make sure you learn how to swim, and then you don't even go into the deep end to swim. When you're driving your car, maybe you drive your car at a time of day where there's not a lot of people driving. Maybe you don't go out to where people are shooting guns. You stay out of the bad neighborhood. You do everything to not be in those situations, and your life is still not 100% guaranteed. But people will put that type of statement out there for something that they want to happen in their life. They believe that it has to be guaranteed. The reason why they believe it has to be guaranteed is not because they truly believe that it has to be guaranteed, is that they're bringing their old feelings onto what they're looking at having done for them. It has nothing to do with the guarantee. But I'm going to tell you how to break down to see if something is logical and has some sort of possibility of working, not like off of some type of a dream or something. Now, let's go on the flip side. Of the same people that I talk to, and if I talk to you, this is gonna ring some bells to you, because what I did is I, in a way, played a little psychological game with them, not to hurt them, but really to help them, because I believe that everyone that I spoke to, every single person that I spoke to, said that what they got out of the conversation was that they would have paid me for it. There's one thing that happened with everyone that I talked to, just to prove that point, is that some of them started swearing. Like when a person that doesn't know you and you get into a deep conversation about how you can help them, not about how they're gonna try to help me. No, I was 100% engaged in helping them with their business. Some of them were like, they would talk about their family. They would talk about stuff that they're going through with their kids. They would talk about, they would be like, I got to get this epic business going. Like they would really, like you could tell. It's like you're dating somebody, and at the beginning they telling you all the good stuff, they're being good and all that. And then when you got to know them, it was other stuff. You're telling me more stuff about you that I didn't expect. That's what started to happen with these conversations. But this is what I did. So I asked all of them, I said, hey, do you know your business? Because see, people will say, what can I guarantee them on something? Or what other people can guarantee them on something to help increase their business? And I said, okay, do you know your business? 100% of them said, yes, they know their business. The next one I said, are you great at providing your product or service? Now, do you think that it was 100%, 90%, 50%, 10%? What percentage said I am great at providing my product or service? It was 100%. 100%. So I said, do you have testimonials or videos or pictures to prove that other people would say that you're good at providing your product or service? Guess what? 99.9%, there was only one person who was new at their business, and they just didn't go and get the testimonials yet, but they could get them. So all of them said that they could prove through other people that they're good at their business. And then I asked them a final question. I said that if I put 10 people in front of you that wanted your product or service, what percentage of them could you close? The closing rate was between 50 to 80%. So if a person is saying that they can't do it, don't have the money, been ripped off before, how do I know it'll work? How can that same person say, I know my business, I'm great at providing my product or service, I have testimonials to back me up, and I can close 50 to 80% of the people who come in contact with me for my business? That's one person living in two realities. And they need to get a trust agreement between themselves. Because the way I look at it is the person has feelings about not trusting themselves to really go through with what they're saying that they can do. Because I can tell you just the way that I am, but I won't make it about me. People that I've helped get their business aligned the right way was the first thing that I had to do is I had to work on them. I had to get their mind in the right direction, because your mind will take the easy route. Anything that does not work when it's put into place, your brain is going to take the easy route and say that it's not going to work at all. When what you should do is you should first get something that will have a good potential of working. Like, take away all of the feeling. Take away all of the bad feeling, take away the good feeling, take away all of it. So we don't, try to put ourselves into the wrong mind state. Maybe you're thinking, well, if I wouldn't have been thinking like it, everything could work, then I would have found out that stuff couldn't work. So get rid of all the feeling. And let's just put on our mechanical hat. Just like a car, you get in the car and you start the car and you know that it has to go through this process. And that process is logical because the car is going to always start unless something is wrong with it. So if it doesn't start, the auto mechanic is going to go through these steps to see what's going on with the car to get the car started. That is the same process that you should go through with your business. If your business is not where it needs to be, get out of your feelings and start looking under the hood and finding out what is not working. Because when you start to find what is not working, then that's going to help you fix it and move to the next step, and then to the next step, and then to the next step. Instead of running through this process here, you see the opportunity, you come back to the past, you get the feelings, you might make it here to where you'll go look at something, but you're not going to move forward in the future. What you're going to do is you're going to come back into your feelings and make your decisions, all your decisions based on the feeling. And I can tell you, my wife and I were talking about something last night, is that when we got afraid and pushed ourselves through these feelings, so everybody's going to have the feelings. It's what you do with those feelings. Do you let the feelings hurt you, or do you let the feelings help you? We were saying that when we got the feelings and we pushed through and we were like the future, this is what would happen with us. We thought that the future was just going to be like, this is the shiny bright of the future. It was actually even higher. Like the payoff was even higher. That's the thing. When you let go of this here, your payoffs are going to be so much higher than what you're probably even used to getting. So let me leave you with your homework. Your homework. This is what you need to do. For your business, this is what you need to do. Now, I say this over and over and over and over and over again, is that if you're going to have more sales, you got to talk to more people. It is impossible to have more sales without talking to more people. Some people let the play on words skip them so they don't pay attention to what they need to pay attention to. So if we want more sales, sales equals money. Sales equals money. Here's your business. Here's your business. Your business does not just go to sales. Your business goes to people, and people give you money, and that's how you make more sales. So if you use that mechanical process that I just talked about, is that if you're not making enough sales, you need to lift the hood up. So here's your business, like it's a car. You're going to lift that hood up. You're going to lift that hood up, and you're going to fix what you're saying to the people. What are you saying to the people? You need to concentrate on it. I do this all the time. Like I'll write a sales. First, I'm going to get people. First, I'm going to run ads to get people. Because if you don't even have a chance to talk to the people, you're not even have a chance to get any sales. So I'm going to figure out how to get more people to see what I have to offer. I'm going to put a lot of work into figuring out how to get more people to see what I have to offer. And then once I get people, I'm getting people, what I'm doing is I'm talking to people, and I do that with my websites. I do that if my sales reps talk to them. but I'm going to talk to people, just like I talk to these business owners, to find out what's going on in their mind so I can get my product or service put together to sell them. It's that simple, but the problem is that everybody will start to just concentrate on, I'm not making enough sales. And when they look at the people, they will say these were unqualified people. They would say that they're unqualified. So they focus it on the feeling of talking to people who are unqualified. And there are unqualified people. There are unqualified people. But what does that have to do with your business? Right now, if you go to a Rolls-Royce dealership and you don't have the money and you just go to look at the cars, there's a lot of people, the car show is in town here in my city. A lot of people are going to walk up and look at cars that they cannot afford. Do you think that the salesperson is going to just say, oh, and it would be a bad salesperson if they did this, and I know that salespeople have done it in the past, and that's because they're using that feeling instead of going to that person as if they're, just another person. But some salespeople, they'll just walk up and be like, hey, you want to check it out, you want to test drive, all the stuff. You should go to that person as if it does not matter if you don't know that they don't have the money. And a lot of people that don't have the money will all of a sudden find money for stuff that they want. You've done it, I've done it. So don't go to people and start making that determination. Oh, they're unqualified. That's the reason why they're making up sales. I can tell you that this is what I've experienced. I have a lot of people who have opted in with different products or services that I offer for my business that were not qualified for that product or service, and I sold them something else that was either lower or something else that was even higher, that it was something that they wanted. So don't fall for that. And that right there, so now to close it out, I promised you that I would tell you how you can figure out if you can trust what people are doing. Because remember, when I said this, I said that, do you know your business? Do you know your business? And are you great at providing your product or service? Do you have testimonials that'll back you up? And can you close? Well, for myself, for my business, I have 4 companies, millions of dollars. One company, I grew that one in just a few years to over $4 million. That one will probably be at $8 million in about another 2 or 3 years. I have a company that I started when I was 21 years old in 1990 that made me millions of dollars, and that was in the print advertising business. And yes, I have clients in there that I tell people, you can just call any of them and say, what do you know about Stephen A. Williams? What I do in my demonstrations on my YouTube channel shows people, proves to people with, number one, I have video testimonials from clients that felt, where they just said, hey, I want to say that you did a great job for me. But I also demonstrate. And if you really watch the demonstration, because sometimes it can be very hard to look at reviews, it can be very hard to look at testimonials. And let me tell you the reason why. It's because if you don't identify with that individual, or your situation doesn't identify fully with them, you're gonna have a trust issue. And it's gonna be with trusting yourself, because you're gonna say to yourself, that's them. They might have had more money, might have had more education, they might have had it's still, even though they're similar to me, they still probably had more opportunity or more resources than I have. That's the thought process that can go in your mind without you even realizing it. Without you even realizing it, in a split second, that could be the thought process. So what you should do is you should do the checklist that I just told you, and then look at what they're offering you. Look at what they're offering you. Does it solve the problem that you need, and does it logically do it? Be careful with working with people, companies who try to make you do so much stuff to where it's like, there's just no way that I can get this off the ground. That's one of the things that I've seen. If there's something that I would want you to be aware of, not to say that every company would do this, but I want you to be aware of it. If there's so many technical things that you have to do to get started, it's going to be very difficult for you to get started. If there's very little for you to get started, that's going to help you get started. And then you can add on to those things as you grow your business. That's what you can do. All right. Thank you for your time. What I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I want you to post your questions and comments. Tell me about your business and what you're going through. I'm curious to see if you would have the same type of comments that these individuals had about their business. I have links below. I do consultations, 1 hour consultation if you just want to figure out some things that you could do for your business, or if you're having some problems with the way that you're thinking about your business, I can help you with that. I have a program where I can show you how to generate more leads, because that's really the big issue, is that you need more people to talk to so you can get more sales. And if you've been trying it and it's not working, we need to fix under that hood. And I have a do-it-yourself program that'll just show you how to do it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google. And it will be able to, you'll be able to have a lot of people that would want to see what you had to offer. And then once you have people, like I said, that want to see what you had to offer, the next step is going to be to figure out what you got to say to them. You're going to make some sales, but if you want to really scale up your business, you got to figure out what you have to say to them. And if you want to have our service do it for you, we have a service where we'll just put everything in place, and all you have to do is just let the leads come in and do what you do. Thank you for your time.